right. Okay. All right. I should have put share on this. It's a little chilly out. Okay. 1 second. All right. My fault. I should have got all that together before I even started the live. That's my fault. Okay. I believe it is. I don't know. I don't know what day it is, or what number day we on. I don't know. It's 200 something. Occupy City Hall, 200 something. I said that we were going to start making a concerted effort to make sure that we were releasing content and having lives put out and trying to get the message directly to people in the community. 213. I don't even know. This week just been so crazy. I'm still trying to. So I don't know what day it is. That I'm gonna work on that. From the next, I promise, the next Facebook Live I do, I will have the day. So anybody that's following us on any other social media sites, Twitter and Instagram, had a little bit of issues trying to get the Twitter and Instagram lives to start. So I wasn't able to get those running today. However, we were able to put out another episode of a podcast series that the May 30th Alliance has. Nah, 219. Yeah, I think it's 219. And so we were able to put out another episode of that podcast. The name of the podcast, the name of this series podcast is The Social Construct of Leslie, which is just sort of a play on the idea that I have sort of became symbolic with some of the things that's going on with the movement in Rockford. That sometimes it's not, it's I'm attributed things personally that I shouldn't be attributed, whether it be for better or for worse. And sometimes my face and my name is used more than it should be used, and it should be more of a collective thing. So, that has its pros and its cons. But that's sort of what the name of the reason for the naming of it. And also, I'm doing this specific series by myself, and I'm speaking about my personal experiences dating back from May 30th. And I'm going to try to do one every couple of days or however often I can to get us caught back up to where we are now currently. From May 30th, 2020, to get us caught back up to where we are now currently. So we were able to get another one of those recorded and get another one of those released. So that content did come out. It should be it slowly should be on Spotify and Apple and all the different places you can find podcasts at as the hours and the days go on. As of right now, it's on Anchor. That's what's up, brother? That's the place that we record the podcast at. So if you download the Anchor app and you can listen to that podcast. I've been going through and sending messages to people who have either commented or shared or reacted or liked any of the content or post around the May 30th Alliance and the movement and the struggle to end police terrorism, mass incarceration, and racial injustice in Rockford. Going around messaging people with the places in which that they can send donations of money as we get ready coming up here. Again, we've been the May 30th Alliance and myself also, we have always been very transparent about our intentions and our plans. None of the things that we are doing, everything that we are doing and that we have done and we will continue to do are all within our rights to do. The only reason that we have been criminalized and stigmatized, whether it be from the media or public perception or from things that institutions have put out, are because of the things that we are protesting about and advocating for, not truthfully the manner in which we're protesting and advocating for them. And I'm sure then sometimes there has been because of the manner in which we were advocating or protesting. So I won't pretend as if there aren't people who don't disagree with some of the methods, but that is the point of protesting. That is the point of the demonstrations, is that it is going to be people who don't agree with it. It's supposed to make people uncomfortable. It's supposed to force people to have conversations. So anyways, as we get ready to come into the spring and into the summer, we're going to continue with the Food Truck Tuesday protest that we did last spring and summer, and that we did beginning this week on Tuesday. We will continue doing those going forward. So we're going to have printed out pamphlets of the Winnebago Boone Integrity Task Force to give to people, business cards to give to people. We're going to be going live from there, and then we'll also have different members of the organization going around and speaking to people that are there at the different areas that the food truck is at. So we're asking for donations for printing out those pamphlets. The pamphlets cost money to get printed. We're asking for donations for megaphones. We had an incident earlier this week where a couple of megaphones were broken. We've had we've had an enormous amount, I think maybe 30 megaphones that have been confiscated by the police. Megaphones that have been, I would like to point out too, again, one of the reasons that our purpose, one of the reasons we're going to start trying to do these lives more often, start trying to post on the social media platforms more often, is to try to again get rid of the constant misinformation or the constant misconceptions that take place around some of these things. And so some of the times that these megaphones have been confiscated, some of the times these megaphones have been confiscated, no one's been arrested. There's been no criminal charges. It's been other times where the megaphones got confiscated, and now the person who got arrested, the charges have been dropped, and they still haven't had the megaphones, released back to them. So again, as we go forward with the spring and the summer, we have to anticipate that megaphones will again be illegally confiscated by a police department. So we're going to need backup megaphones. So that's one of the reasons that we're asking for donations. And again, so I'm just trying to do this to sort of get this basically just an update of the things that's going on. So if you get a message in the inbox, if you can't donate, if you can just share that message to somebody else, or if you can donate at a later time. And again, we don't have there's no number there's no amount that's too small, no amount that's too big. Anything that anybody can give, it will be used productively. Again, our plans is, as the spring and the summer goes forward, to create more pamphlets and to create more pieces of information that can be handed to people in person. As we go forward, we want to continue making different podcasts and having different lives, and even trying to invite community members to partake in the conversations, which is something that I think will sort of organically happen as we continue with the Food Truck Tuesdays, and we continue with City Market, as we begin with the City Market on Fridays, and as we continue with the occupation, and as the weather sort of shifts here a little bit. I fully believe that we'll have, one of the things that we'll also be doing is having more interaction on the social media with community members. One of the things that has happened also as we've been down here is there's been a lot of items that have been taken by the police. So in the midst of next week we're going to start trying to go to these police districts. We'll film this too. Go to these police districts and get the thousands of dollars worth of items that have been taken returned back to us. But in the meantime, as we go through that process, which I'm sure will be a process, I doubt that it will be willfully just handed over. There are some of the things that were there that need to be replaced. So we're going to start a GoFundMe for really, again, the GoFundMe is for all the things that I've named from before, but also in there we will we're going to put together a list of all the things that have been taken. We have live videos from all the times that they've come down here and grabbed things and taken things. So we're going to put a post up with all the different items that they've taken and with the amount of money that it would amount to. Then we're going to also start a GoFundMe with sort of that as one of the reasons that the GoFundMe will be at whatever price range it'll be, is because we'll also be inserting that in there. And again, one of the things that has been manifested, I do say a lot. One of the things that has manifested through this past week was the fact that we're going to need bail money because there's still more effort being put towards stopping people from protesting. There's still more effort being put towards ending the occupation. There's still more effort being put towards repressing the voice of the protest, and is being put forth to actually addressing the issues that's being spoken about. That's being put. It's not as much energy being put towards trying to actually find solutions and trying to actually ask these questions openly. Again, I don't know who watches what videos and when somebody will pop in and what somebody will hear and what somebody won't hear. So a lot of times I have to sort of repeat myself. And so again, earlier this week, I was arrested and Ari was arrested for playing music at a loud level and for having signs and knocking the signs on the windows as the swearing in of the new aldermen were coming in, was happening. Again, this is inside of a building. It's a building where they're watching a video. They're sitting inside the building. There's thick glass in the building. It's only two people. So the idea that we could get any type of message across by just standing there silently, two people with signs, is preposterous. When you have less people, you have to go. You have to do more to get noticed, to get attention paid. No glass was broke on the buildings. Nobody tried to enter into the building. Nobody assaulted or battered anybody or threatened anybody. But yet and still, we were charged with disorderly conduct, and then arrest warrants were put out. And so, again, I don't believe for a second that this happened because, and again, that these arrest warrants were put out. And yesterday, on Friday, they had a press conference at City Market about the upcoming City Market, and I didn't do anything differently at that press conference than I did, at the swearing in. I guess maybe if you said that I didn't have the music playing, then that's there, But this idea that they're trying to limit the parameters in which we protest to sort of set guidelines in the future so that if somebody comes forward in the future, this can be proven that this is the line, this is the limit that you can go to. And so at any moment, if we digress, or if at any moment we're not sure in our decision making, that will lead towards whoever the next set of people who want to protest, or the next set of people who want to have demonstrations or organize about something, they'll have to deal with those same parameters and those same guidelines and those same limitations. And so if I believe that the things that we were doing were wrong, if I believe the things that we were doing were more detrimental than they were productive, then I will be the first to look to a different way, or to not do things this way. As it stands, majority of the things that we have done, almost 80 to 90% of the things we have done, we've done them before, and doing them before has gotten the message across. This is getting the message across. They send police here at 4 a.m. to rip down memorials and to give out citations because the message is coming across. If the message wasn't coming across, they wouldn't have them doing those things. The same thing about City Market. They're extending the border in the area of City Market because the message is getting across. If the message wasn't getting across, they wouldn't be doing any of those things, And so we're in a place where, just like City Market is a tradition every year, we have to get into a mindset of what we're going to do is we're going to, the City Market protest will be a tradition every year. And maybe for this 1 year, they have enough resources and it's not enough attention regionally and nationally being paid to this event where they may be able to put limitations on it to try to strangle the voice of the protest or strangle the voice of the demonstration. But that won't work 3 years out and 4 years out and 5 years out. And that's one of the things that they've learned about this occupation, is that a lot of the things that they thought, a lot of the tactics that they used were just to try to end something immediately. It was not thinking about long-term things. It was not thinking about what's going to happen in 50 days or in 100 days or in 150 days or in 200 days, because they didn't, think that the wherewithal would be there for that. I don't know. Again, we're at a place where, I truly believe that there's not a specific day or a specific time for us to end this, that it'll be a moment, and in that moment, not only us, but, the city and, just in general, it'll be known that, this is the time to end it. And I don't think that, unfortunately, we're anywhere near that. There still needs this hundreds of thousands of people who still need to drive past the street and see Denzel Duvant's face. It's hundreds of thousands of people who still need to see these videos of what these police officers have done before and will do at City Market. Speaking of, go to the We Demand Facebook page, the We Demand YouTube page. I don't create the We Demand videos. I'm not the producer or the one making the We Demand videos, but I believe that they are an integral piece of the movement that's going on. I believe that it's a very important, the narrative that is that you can that is clear, that comes across in the series and in the videos, and I do believe that that will be one of the important pieces in the future for people outside of Rockford to understand some of the things that went on. So please go subscribe to that We Demand YouTube page and like the We Demand Facebook page. Again, I think this phone battery is about to die here soon, so I'm just gonna rock till the phone battery die. I'll do a live video on my personal Facebook as well. We're going to try to do our best, even if it won't always be me. Sometimes we'll do a group or whatever, but I don't know how it'll be. But we're going to do our best to try to continue to communicate personally to the community, so that way that there is no need to try to have secondhand information or to try to get information from news stations or to get information from the City of Rockford Post or from word of mouth or people playing telephone with things. We will try to cut the middleman out at every chance we get. So again, I'm going to try my best to get an Instagram post and a Twitter live, Instagram live and a Twitter live up tonight, and if not tonight, definitely tomorrow night. So if you don't subscribe or follow us on those avenues, on those apps, please go do that. Tuesday, Food Truck Tuesday. Please come out to Food Truck Tuesday. There's never been arrested Food Truck Tuesday. Hopefully there never will be arrested Food Truck Tuesday. Please come out to Food Truck Tuesday, though. We'll have pamphlets. We'll have business cards. I'll be out there speaking. We're going to try to, adjust each week to what different things we can do. So City Market, first City Market is May 21st. Friday, 4 o'clock. Occupation at City Hall is going on 24/7. Cash App is $ May 30th Alliance. Cash App sign May 30th Alliance. PayPal is May 30th Alliance at protonmail.com. Venmo is May 30th Alliance at protonmail.com. I think I got to look to see how you actually do the Venmo. Go listen to wherever you can find podcasts. Well, not wherever you can find podcasts, but go to Spotify and Pocket Cast and Anchor and a few different places we can find podcasts, and we got the podcast up. We're gonna try to keep that running, and yeah, it's been a long week. It's gonna be a long spring. It's gonna be a long summer. So we outside.